Welcome in, guys, to NBA Finals time. I know it's been 2 years, 3 years I haven't done an NBA Finals and talk about the NBA much. I do want to get to talk about the NBA more, but I'm doing other things as well, like in my personal life, so I'm focusing more on some channels more football based. But when the season's over, or I I still want to talk about the NBA because I am a big basketball fan, even though like the pull of the NBA is like you look at the NBA and especially the finals, like you don't have that feeling of the presentation is there. Like when you look at the Super Bowl or like a UFC event, it feels like a grand event, and I don't feel with the NBA finals and I've felt this for the last couple of years that I feel like the NBA has lost its magic, especially the finals. I think, in my opinion, but especially when the Celtics they really swept their way to the finals last year, and I don't know. I just feel like when you look at the Super Bowl, it's so grand, so grand, and they have like a performer. I feel like with the NBA, it's like I know they have the national anthem and stuff like that, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same to me. Especially when you have the NFL who was doing so great, and they're going overseas with all this money, and then you look at the NBA. Yeah, they're on Amazon. They're going to Amazon in next season, which is great for them. They're going on a streaming platform now with with the NFL. They're catching up a bit, but you know what I mean. But yeah, let's get on to game one. I know game two's tomorrow, which I'm recording this on a Saturday night, so it doesn't fit Sunday morning. Game one of the NBA. So you have the Thunder, and going into this, really the Thunder, for especially for Shai Alexander, he was putting up 32 points in the regular season coming into the playoffs. So he's coming in really great momentum coming into this game, going into the playoffs. 32 points. But he was really first. He was first in points. Um, his rebounds were not the best, like 5.0 rebounds, 64th in assists. But, this was the Thunder's first appearance at the finals. Pacers haven't been there since 2000, so 25 years ago. And then you start this game. I'm looking, go back here. So in the first half, again, it was um, first half, it's 10 and 10, and then a great 3-pointer from Caruso to make it 10 and 14. And then at that point, you're looking at the Thunder's defense. Now, the Thunder's defense was, was pretty good, especially in this game. Like, you're looking at going into the first quarter of the game, they had they made the Pacers turn over the ball 5 times in just that first quarter alone. And then Halliburton had a great 3-pointer, fantastic to make it 13 to put the Thunder in the lead. And then you're going out of that first quarter with a great 3-pointer to make it 20-28 to the Thunder, and then 28-29 with a 2-point conversion. Then going into the second quarter of the game, Hologram is at 29-39. Again, at this point, just turning over the ball. Again, especially if you're the Pacers, I think next game you're gonna have to work more on your defense side of the ball. But again, I'll talk about that in a minute. And then you get out of the second quarter, and it's you get to the halftime, and it's 54-57. So, especially second half, you could see that the Pacers were, still a bit. I don't know if it was like nerves because they haven't been in the playoffs for so long, but 47-59, and then they had a great 3-pointers, making 53-63. But again, they were still getting turned. The ball still getting turned over, and then they ended the third quarter 68-79, going into the final quarter, and this is where the Pacers were getting back into the game. You've kind of seen that with them against the Knicks, and how they got to the finals. 76-87, so again it's only like a 10-11 point game at that point, and then 77-89, and then you end a great comeback. It was a great clutch shot from uh, Tyrese Halliburton, who has a great clutch shot. The last couple minutes of the game, there was at 77-90, and then last couple minutes of the game, just coming back the pace was coming back into the game. Tyrese Halliburton was fantastic. He was just putting up some great numbers, and then he had a final clutch shot to make it 111 to 110, and the Pacers are 1-0 going into Sunday's game. So that is again, it was a really good opening game. I really thought it was a fantastic opening game. Again, I don't care if the Pacers or the Thunders win, to be honest, but because again, I'm a Pistons fan. Like I mean, we got to the playoffs this year. As a Pistons fan, that's the best thing we've had in years. So, but for the Pacers, Pacers Thunders, it was a really good game, and you look at GTS. Um, he had a really good game, but again, you look at Tyrese Halliburton. Like on those clutch moments, he was putting up fantastic numbers. He was really the game changer, and got the Pacers the upper hand going into game 2, which is exciting. Going back to the Pacers. So that's my thoughts on the NBA. I know it's a few days late now, but that's my thoughts on the NBA Finals game 1 between the Pacers and the Thunder. I'll be back probably Monday, and I'll talk about game 2. But yeah, leave your guys' thoughts in the comments, guys.